Well, in this SUPboarder review, the boards just keep getting bigger and bigger as we look at the SUP Nurse Shark, which is a family board, an all-round family board, having fun, maybe fishing, taking the little one, taking the dogs on the front. You can do pretty much anything on this board. It's a big old board. The specifications for this is 15.2 long, it's 8 inches thick, comes in at 650 litres in volume, but it only weighs 14 kilograms. It comes with 2 plastic side fins with a slot box centre fin in the middle. It retails at $1,089 or £799. Now, with many of us coming into summertime, it is perfect time to get the family out on the water, and a board like this is a fantastic way of doing it. When you're paddling all together as a group on a board, it is actually a lot of fun, and it's very different to paddling on separate boards. You can actually punch up into wind a lot easier, and you can obviously stay together a lot safer too. The sort of features we've got on this board, we've got a huge amount of sort of tie down points and carry handles around the side of the board, a huge crocodile deck pad which is really nice to sit and stand on, big bungee area up at the front. One thing which is absolutely fantastic is the sort of clear viewing window up at the front there, so you can see through into the water. Great for the little ones when they're paddling at the front, really keeping them amused. Obviously, if you're going on a longer distance journey, sometimes boredom can set in, and actually having that window is a lot of fun, and it really keeps them interested for a lot longer. So it is definitely a big board at 15'2", and to be honest, this is probably the biggest board we can get in the studio, so I don't know how we're going to test an 18-foot inflatable starboard in a few weeks time. But anyway, the board itself, because it only weighs 14 kilograms, one person can pick it up and move it around, which is really nice. But then if you do want to share the carry with 2 or 3 people, because there is lots of handles, it is also easy to do that. The nice thing about the clear window at the front there is if you look at the bottom of the board, it is slightly recessed, so when you're putting the board down on sand or gravel, the actual window doesn't get scratched. So that's a really nice little feature just to keep it in a clearer condition, because obviously you want to keep it as clear as possible because you want to be looking in it and seeing what's underneath your board. The shape of the board, well, it's definitely a big one, isn't it? But because it's 36 wide as well, it is actually really easy to stand on, and easy for 2 adults to stand on, and with a little one or a dog, or even 3 adults probably could stand on this board quite easily. And if you're paddling in unison, so paddling together, actually it is actually quite easy to paddle, and it's quite fun, and you can get up quite a bit of speed. And actually if you're punching into headwinds and actually going somewhere, because of a bit more nose rock at the nose there, it really does perform quite well in those sort of upwind conditions if you want to get back to where you came from. The bag it comes with is the same bag as the other SUP boards come with, sort of quite a heavy duty ripstop nylon material, fits the board perfectly fine, and it fits the pump in the front there. Hasn't got any sort of full-on wheels or any waist straps that some other board brands come with, but it is quite a nice bag and it's quite lightweight, so it's not super well padded, but it does do the job absolutely fine if you've got to carry your board small to moderate distances. So pros and cons and value for money. Well, pros is just a lot of fun on the water, and it's actually a pretty good price point, so it'll bring value for money in there as well. At £799 or $1,089, it does actually get you on the water for a pretty good price point. And cons, well, the pump it does come with is a high pressure 2-way pump that does get the air in, but it does take a long time. So if you're really going to get into this, obviously if you've got a lot of kids, great, get them to pass it around and pump the board up, but otherwise you might want to upgrade the pump and get something bigger or invest in an electric pump. Another thing you might potentially need to be aware of, the fins do work really well. They're a slide-in base fin with a clip system there, really easy to use. If you're going to be letting the kids run around with it and maybe muck about with it on the beach, you might want to remove the fin before you do that, just so they don't have any breakages. These fins are okay, but you don't want to be standing them on the beach. They're not as durable as the all-round plastic fins you find. So who do we think this board will best suit? Well, obviously it's going to be great for sort of family and friends paddling all together at once. You could also take this SUP fishing if you wanted to, because it would offer a large amount of area to stand on and maybe put equipment on, sit down, lie down. You could do anything on this. There is lots of uses to this sort of board, but really family fun, it really does tick that box really well. Hope you found that SUPboarder review of the SUP Nurse Shark interesting and informative, and it helped you understand if this is the right board for you. Remember, check out SUPboarder Mag for loads more board reviews and techniques to get you into paddleboarding. But until next time, we'll see you on SUPboarder Mag or on YouTube. Thanks a lot.